If you're comfortable at your job, here is what you need to do before immediately defaulting to looking for another job. Most people, when they reach that point in their career where they're not really growing anymore, where they've mastered the role, they're comfortable and they're not being challenged, they start looking for a new company, a new title, a new opportunity. And I get that logic, but I think it's actually backwards, because if you are comfortably employed right now, and when I say comfortably, I mean, you know how things work, there's some space in your day, you figured out the rhythm of the place, you are sitting on more leverage than you realize. That comfort, that mental bandwidth that opens up when you're no longer in survival mode, when you've already proved yourself in the role, is the exact resource you need to start building your exit. The mistake a lot of people make is treating the job like it's the problem. The job isn't the problem. The job is the vehicle. Your salary funds your experiments. The structure keeps your life stable until you build outside of it. The professional context gives you access to people, conversations, intelligence that, if you're paying attention, are directly useful for your next move. So when something comes across your desk, a client list, a contact, a conversation about someone who's left to start something on their own, that's all valuable information. When a client moves to a competitor, that's a name worth keeping. When a colleague leaves to build their own thing, that's a connection worth maintaining. The job is full of these signals if you're paying attention, but most people aren't reading them because they're either too miserable about the job or too consumed by it. You've built so much career capital inside that structure that you are just dramatically undervaluing it. The skills that you use every day, the ones that you've become so fluent in that they feel ordinary, are the exact skills people outside your organization will pay for. And this is how you translate what you already have into something that earns you big money outside of employment. The smartest exit strategies that I've ever seen, and the ones that work the best, and I know this because I've worked with so many people one-on-one who have successfully escaped corporate, the thing that works isn't the dramatic leap, it's the quiet build. You stay in your job long enough to use it as a launch pad. You fund experiments with your salary, and then you use the mental space that opens up when you've mastered your role to build something that makes the job optional. If you know you're in that space and you want to work through your strategy and build your exit plan together, I do offer one-on-one sessions, and the link to apply to that is in my bio. Because leaving before the job is optional is just trading one form of financial pressure for another. What you actually want is to stay until it's no longer necessary. And the fastest way to get there is to use your job, all of it, while you still can.